All right, let us perform another lab exercise, which is a CloudFront CDN. CDN stands for Content Delivery Network. So to begin with, why do we use this CloudFront CDN? It improves the efficiency by introducing a server in between a server. It is also called edge locations between the client and the web server. So these CDN servers used to cache the client server communications, the images, the pictures, uh, anything that has been stored in the server, the primary server or the web server, that will be made available with all the edge locations. So that what happens, the user will have the better experience. There will be no latency or buffering time will not be there. The web traffic will be smooth. There is no pressure on the primary server where the content has been uploaded. So every user will not be targeted to the same server. They'll be targeted to their closest location, the nearest data center from where the web content will be fetched. So these are all the tasks that we'll be performing in this lab exercise. We'll create a S3 bucket, upload some files. We will make sure that the URL is working. Further, we will create a CDN distribution to access that file from all the edge locations. There will be a separate CDN URL. With the new CDN URL, when we access, we'll be able to access the files from the nearest data center where we are located, not from the original primary location. So let's perform this. Let's go back to AWS Management Console. Let's create a S3 bucket. I'll search for S3 in the search bar. I'm creating a new S3 bucket. I'll call it a S3 bucket for CDN Content Delivery Network. The region can be any place, any location. I will enable the access control list, remove block all public access. Enabling bucket version is optional for this lab exercise. It is not required. And this is the default encryption. It is disabled by default. If you wish, you can enable the server side encryption. Okay, what are all the features available? Let us see. Of course, for this lab exercise, it is not required. By enabling the server side encryption, we have two methods of encrypting the objects or files. Okay, using SSE S3 for standard encryption methodology or SSE KMS. So we'll go with disable, create a bucket. Now the bucket is created. Let us upload some object or files in this bucket. So I will provide the permissions, make it publicly accessible. The file has been uploaded successfully. So here is the object URL. So straight away it is asking me to download the file because this file is not viewable online. So I'll have to download and view this file on my computer. If it is a HTML file, a text file, or a Adobe file, it should be able to view online. Let me keep this web URL handy. So this is the S3 bucket URL. I just uploaded one more file. It's a PDF file. Let me copy that URL as well. Let me try to access this URL. Let's see, is it working online? Yes, I'm able to open that file, which I copied in the S3 bucket. Okay, I will close that. Now let's create a CDN distribution layer. Let's go back to AWS Management Console. Once again, S3 bucket has been created. We have also captured that S3 object URL. We need to open CloudFront or CDN distribution. I will search for CDN in the search bar, select CloudFront. So here we go. We have the create a CloudFront distribution tab. Select the distribution. Choose the origin, that is the S3 bucket that you have created. So by default, you will get the S3 bucket name that you have created. Select that. And select public. The path name can be blank. Select the origin access as public. We will go with the default cache behavior. Here, the next important setting is redirect the HTTP to HTTPS. This is what we are selecting. The reason being, most of the web browsers, it will choose HTTPS over HTTP. So if your object is available in HTTP protocol, it may not be able to fetch. So that's the reason we are selecting HTTPS protocol. We are redirecting all the traffic from HTTP to HTTPS. And the methodology, what type of HTTP methods that you want, we will select all the features available, that is get, head, options, put, post, patch, and delete. We have additional settings. Let us explore what is available. Okay, this is a very important setting. We have smooth streaming option, whether you want to enable it or disable it. We need to choose no if the origin is configured to use Microsoft IIS server. In our case, where exactly the object is stored, whether it is stored in a Linux-based web server or Windows-based web server. In our case, we are selecting S3 bucket, so it does not matter. We will go with the default setting, no. Suppose you are fetching you are providing a CDN link, creating a CDN distribution link for your web browser, then according to that web browser, whatever you are using, you will have to select the respective setting. Next, we have price class under settings. Here we have three options to go with. Use all edge locations for best performance. This is the default setting. If you have selected this setting, your data, whatever you have copied, uploaded, that will be available across all the data centers throughout the globe. Okay. Suppose you want to reduce the pricing, maybe you want to use only those servers available in North America or Europe region. So substantially the price will be reduced because the data file, whatever you are uploading, that will not be replicated across the globe. That gets replicated only in this particular region. There is one more option. You can use North America, Asia, Middle East, and Africa. Europe is not there. You don't want to have the content data available in Europe location, but in other continents that you can go with. So I will go with the default setting, use all edge locations. And next we have the supported HTTP versions. We will go with standard HTTP 2 version. That is a standard one. And finally, click on create distribution. So the CDN is getting created. You can see it is still getting deployed. Let us wait. Okay, now our cloud distribution is ready. It has been enabled. If you select this, you have option to disable it. Okay, by default now, once the cloud distribution is created, it is enabled. So if you click on the distribution, this is your distribution, what we have created. We have many options to go with general origins, behavior. Here we have one more option called geographic restrictions. This is a very important feature. So once you click on this geo restriction, by default, it is enabled across all the geographic locations. It works. Suppose you want to, you don't want your content to be available for specific geographic location. You can edit it. Right now, there are no restrictions. You can do allow list or block list. What is allow list? In allow list, you can select the countries, which are all the countries that you want to allow access. We will choose this option when you have a minimal number of countries to go with, maybe 5 countries or 10 countries to go with. We don't want to go and select each and every country. Okay, these are all the countries that I want to add. Okay, instead, we will do a blacklist. Say, for example, I want to go with only 3 or 4 countries where I want to allow access. Then individually, I will go and handpick those countries. That is allow list. Similarly, we have block list. Suppose I don't want this content, my S3 bucket content, visible in 1 or 2 locations, or maybe 5, 10 countries. So those locations I will handpick. So what does that mean? Here I have selected the 6 countries, 6 regions. So my S3 bucket content is not available for these regions or the countries. Same time, it is available for all other countries that are provided in the list. Got it? So this is one feature that is available, geo restriction. We can restrict our S3 objects as per the region or geographic location. All right. If you click on the origin tab, you will get your S3 bucket URL. Okay. The S3 bucket URL is available here. This is the CDN, our content delivery network distribution link. So I will capture this link. Okay. I will copy it. I have, this is the CDN link, content delivery network link. Whereas the previous one is my S3 object link. So whenever I use this S3 object link, that will be always fetched from the same location where I copied the object. Now I have the new CDN link, content delivery network link. I will take this last field, that is the image file or the file, whatever that I have uploaded in the S3 bucket. I will add that into my CDN link. Okay. With this new link, I will open in my web browser. Now you can see. So this is a new link. What I have with this new link, I'll be able to fetch the data from the edge locations, the data centers which are close to my location. From that place, the data is getting fetched. Okay, so the previous link was directly fetching from the region where I uploaded, where I created the S3 bucket and made my objects available. The new CDN link, from that link, I'll be able to get the data from the nearest edge location where I am situated. Okay, so with this, we have reached at the end of content delivery network, a CloudFront content delivery network lab exercise. We will move on to the next one.